Yesterday I gave you few questions to try at home. Did you try? Okay. So let's start with today's lecture now. Okay. Few questions which I gave you yesterday to solve at home. I will discuss all those questions. Sure? Okay. So let's come to the first illustration. Mr. A, aged 32 years. 32 years means he is not a senior citizen. Employed with XYZ Private Limited, meaning that he is a non-government employee. On a basic salary of rupees 50,000 per month, he has received a transport allowance of 15,000 per month and house rent allowance of 20,000 per month from the company for the previous year 24-25. He has paid rent of 25,000 per month for an accommodation in Delhi. Mr. A has paid interest of rupees 2,10,000 for a housing loan taken for the construction of his house in Mumbai. The construction of the house is completed in March 2025, meaning this year only the construction is completed and this year he has become the owner of the house property. Okay, no? And his parents live in that house, meaning that this house is SOP. Okay. Now, other information given, contribution to PPF is 1,50,000. So for this, he is going to get deduction under ATC. Contribution to pension scheme referred under section ATCCD. So ATCCD deduction will be available for this 50,000. Payment of medical insurance premium for father who is of the age of 65. So for this he is going to get 80D deduction. Okay. Payment of medical insurance premium for self and spouse. For this also he is separately going to get 25,000 deduction. Yes or no? Compute the total income and tax liability of Mr. A in the most beneficial manner. See, most beneficial manner means they want you to calculate by following 115 BSE or without 115 BSE. So whatever is the most beneficial way, in that you are supposed to calculate. Now see, in this question now, there are two heads. First is house property head and second is salary. There are two heads income given. Let's first calculate the income under the head salary. Okay, no? So basic salary 50,000 he is getting. 50,000 into 12, 6 lakh rupees basic salary. So if he is following 115 BSE or not following 115 BSE. BSE not followed. And 115 BSE followed. Let us first calculate as per normal tax scheme. Okay, no? So first income from salary we will calculate. Income from salary 6 lakh rupees basic is there, no? So basic 6 lakh rupees. Then transport allowance 15,000. 15,000 transport allowance is 1,80,000. And for that he is not going to get any exemption because transport allowance is residence to house, house to residence. 3,200 per month should be exempt, but that is exempt in the case of only handicap employees. And Mr. A is not a handicap. Okay, no? So entire transport allowance will be taxable for him. 1,80,000. If he was a handicap, then he would have got the exemption under 10 subsection 14 up to 3,200 per month. And see, if he would have followed 115 BSE also, no, then also he would have got this exemption. So whether he is following 115 BSE or not following 115 BSE, he is going to get the exemption under 1014 for transport allowance. But provided he is a handicap employee, right? No? Okay. Now next what they are saying, house rent allowance he is getting. House rent allowance is 20,000 per month, right? 20,000 into 12, 2,40,000. Out of 2,40,000, he is going to get exemption. A, B, C, whichever is lower. 2,40,000 or 2,40,000, or we are supposed to do 50% of salary. Why 50% of salary? Because rent is paid in Mumbai. Mumbai is a metro city. So salary will be basic, DA in terms, turnover commission. Basic is given, DA in terms is not there, turnover commission is not there. So entire basic will be treated as salary over here. Okay, no? So 50% of 6 lakh will be 3 lakh rupees. So limit A, actual HRA received, that is 2,40,000. Limit B, 50% of salary, that is 3 lakh rupees. And limit C is rent paid minus 10% of salary. So rent paid is 25,000 per month. 25,000 into 12, 3 lakh, minus 10% of salary, meaning 60,000. So 2,40,000. So limit A is 240, limit B is 3 lakh, and limit C is 2,40,000. Whichever is lower, 2,40,000. Yes or no? So out of the 2,40,000, HRA which he is getting, entire 2,40,000 is exempt. So taxable HRA will be nil. But remember, in 115 BSE, we are not going to take this exemption. Full HRA 2,40,000 will be taxable. Yes or no? But we are calculating as per normal tax regime right now. So hence we are taking the exemption also. Okay. Next one. Now he has paid interest of 2,10,000. So the entire salary is done, no? Anything else remaining in the salary head? No. Meaning 7,80,000 salary he is going to get. 7,80,000 will be his gross taxable salary. But from that he is going to get 50,000 standard deduction. So total will be 7,30,000 salary. So this is the salary if he does not follow 115 BSE. Now let's calculate the salary if he follows 115 BSE. Yes or no? This 6 lakh will be the same. 1,80,000 will also remain same. 1,80,000 will remain same. And 2,40,000 HRA will now be taxable for him fully. Okay. So the total will be, how much will be the total? 7,80,000 plus 2,40,000 will be 10,20,000, right? No? 10,20,000. Are you checking the answer? No? The same thing is there, no? 10,20,000, out of that 75,000 will be the standard deduction. So 75,000 will be the standard deduction, and the net taxable salary will be 9,45,000. So if he follows 115 BSE, then this is the taxable salary, and if he is not following 115 BSE, then this is the taxable salary. So we are going to write this thing. This is 7,30,000 and this is 9,45,000. Sure, sir? Everyone? Now pay attention. Income from house property. There is only one house property which is constructed this year. Okay. So for this year, the house property is SOP. See, even if the ownership of the house property is only 1 month, but do you have a house property in this year? Yes. So entire year's interest which you have paid will be allowed as a deduction in this year only. Yes or no? So how much is the interest? 2,10,000. 2,10,000 is the interest, no? Given in the question. See, 2,10,000. Okay. Now that 2,10,000 will be allowed as a deduction out of the annual value of SOP, which is nil only. But see, 2,10,000 will not be fully allowed. SOP interest is allowed to the extent of maximum 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh interest will be allowed. So SOP loss will be there 2 lakh. Now that loss will be there if you don't follow 115 BSE. But if you follow 115 BSE, SOP interest is not allowed. And if SOP interest is not allowed, the income of SOP, final income of SOP will remain nil. So that will be your income from house property. Yes or no? Anything else given in the question? No. No other head of income given. Okay. So what we are going to do now? We are going to do total. So this will be 5,30,000 and this will be 9,45,000. This will be your G GTI. Please check the amount of GTI once. GTI same, correct? Okay. Now from this GTI, I am going to take the deduction. Deductions under chapter 6A. So what deductions are there? First ATC is there. How much is ATC? ATC is 1,50,000 and ATCCD is 1,50,000. Sorry, ATCCD is only 50. Okay, no? Yes. ATC 1,50,000 or 1,50,000. Whichever is lower is 1,50,000. Very good, sir. ATCCC 50 or 1,50,000. Whichever is lower, 50. So what is the total? 2 lakh rupees. But I cannot take the deduction of 2 lakh rupees because ATC and ATCCC and ATCCD1 all three taken together cannot be more than 1,50,000 as per the limit, overall limit of ATCC. Do you remember that? So ATC, CCC both taken together will be subjected to overall limit, which is given under section 80 CCE, that is 1,50,000. This or this, whichever is lower, will be 1,50,000 of deduction over here. Now this deduction you cannot claim if you follow 115 BSE, yes or no? Now 80D is there. 80D. For 80D, for father he is going to get 50,000, 55 or 50, 50,000. And for self and spouse he is going to get only 25,000, 32 or 25, whichever is lower. Yes or no? So 80D will be 55,000 or 50,000, whichever is lower. It will be 50,000, 32,000 or 25,000, whichever is lower, 25,000. So total will be 75,000 over here, and here you are not going to get any deduction. Yes or no? Now the total income here will be 9,45,000 only. And here 5,30,000 minus 1,50,000 minus 75,000, you are going to get 3,05,000. Please check the amount of total income, correct? Same total income I am also getting. Right, sir? 3,05,000 and 9,45,000. Correct, no? Same amount or something different? 255. How come 255? Wait, just a second. 6,09,45, okay. Contribution to pension scheme. How come contribution to pension scheme? Okay. Wait. This is 80CCD, guys. This is 80CCD, 50,000. Now 80CCD I considered wrongly as 80C. Okay, no? So this is my mistake. There is no overall limit. There is no overall limit of 80CCE because I thought that it is 80CCC. My bad. Okay. So this is 80C, 1,50,000 full deduction you are going to get, and this is 80CCD, your own contribution to your NPS account. 80CCD means NPS account contribution. Yes or no? So NPS account contribution if you are making, that will be allowed under 80CCD 1 also, 80CCD 1B also. But I told you to claim it under 80CCD 1B. If you are claiming it under 80CCD 1, then it would have been what? Subjected to overall limit of 80cc, like it happened for 80CCC. Yes or no? So if you don't want to consider that amount under the overall limit of 80cc, claim it separately under 80CCD 1B and not 1. So there you are getting additional limit of 50,000. To the extent of that additional limit of 50,000, entire 50,000 will be allowed, and that will not be subjected to overall limit. Yes or no? So this 50,000 will be allowed subject to additional 50,000 limit. So 50 or 50, whichever is lower, 50, entire 50 you claim. So wrongly I considered that it is 80CCC, my mistake, my bad. Okay. Now if you will do the total, you will get the same amount. Okay, no sir. Now this will not be 3,05,000. This will be 2,55,000. See, for us also there is sometimes such kind of errors which we do commit. Yes or no? So from this you should understand that you are just a student right now. You are learning all these things. And we are already teaching, and still we commit such kind of silly errors. Getting my point? So you should not worry whenever you are committing such silly errors. It is just a learning phase for you all. Yes or no? Okay. Now 9,45,000 here, and this will be your total income. Now this is correct. Okay. Now on this 2,55,000, the tax will be calculated, and this 9,45,000 also the tax will be calculated. Okay, now see, under both the schemes, considering right now, the optional tax regime looks attractive. Why? Because 2,55,000 very low, very less total income is there, and definitely the tax liability will also be less only. So first 2,50,000 no tax, and on 5,000 only 5%, that is 500 rupees, and that will also go for rebate because the total income is not more than 5 lakhs. So rebate you are going to get, no? So 500 entirely will go for rebate. So the tax liability will be 0. But they are under 80CCD, they are under 115 BSE, you are going to get what? You are going to pay the tax, because there you are not going to get any rebate also. Sure, no? So let's calculate the tax liability. Tax on total income. Can I say first 2,50,000 no tax, nil plus 500 rupees, that is 5%. Not 500, 5,000 into 5% will be 250 rupees, only 250. Okay, and 9,45,000. Out of that, on first 3 lakh rupees, there is no tax. Then 3 lakh to 7 lakhs. 3 lakh to 7 lakh is 4 lakh rupees. On that 5%, it will be 20,000. And then 7 lakh to 10 lakh, no, 7 lakh to 9,45,000, it will be 10%. So 7 lakh to 9,45,000, meaning 2,45,000 into 10%. It will be 24,500. Done, sir? Now pay attention. This will be 250 and this will be 44,500. Now less rebate under section 87A. Entire 250 will go for rebate, and here you are not going to get any rebate, because under 115 BSE if you want to claim rebate, your total income should be 7 lakh or less, which is not less than or equal to 7 lakh. Okay, so you are not going to get any rebate. So this will be nil and this will be 44,500. Okay, and this is tax on TI after rebate, and add health and education cess at the rate of 4%. This will be nil, and 4% will be 1780. 46,280. So tell me, what would you like to do? Would you like to pay 46,280, or you would like to not pay any tax? So the option of opting out of 115 BSc will be the most beneficial option here. Yes or no? So this was your question number 1. Okay. Now let's come to question number 2. Question number 2. In this question, no, you are given two options, whether to take HRA or instead of HRA take rent-free unfurnished accommodation. Yes or no? So which is the better option? Taking the HRA and paying, taking the HRA will be the better option, or taking the rent-free unfurnished accommodation from the employer? That option will be better. Now you have to decide this on the basis of net take home cash benefits, not on the basis of the tax liability which you are going to pay. Yes or no? Tax liability or the total income? No. Net take home cash benefits. Based on that you are supposed to decide. Meaning that how much net money you are having in your pocket. Yes or no? How much net amount of money which you are having in your pocket. Under both the options you are supposed to choose the better option. Yes or no? Now see, Mr. Kadam is entitled to a salary of 41,000 per month. So 41,000 into 12, 4,92,000 salary, basic salary he is going to be paid. Okay. Now 4,92,000, whether you take HRA or you take RFUA, 4,92,000 will be taxable only, no? Hello. So see, basic salary 4,92,000 is taxable. Whether you take HRA or you take RFUA, will not make any difference. This basic will be taxable under both the options. Yes or no? Now, he is given an option by his employer either to take HRA or a rent-free unfurnished accommodation which is owned by the company. Owned by the company. Now the HRA amount payable was 7,000 per month. The rent for the hired accommodation was 6,000 per month at New Delhi. Meaning that this HRA will be given. And out of that HRA he is going to pay rent of rupees 6,000 at New Delhi. So definitely if HRA is not given, he is going to get RFUA at New Delhi only. Okay, no? New Delhi is a place where the population as per 2011 census is more than 40 lakhs. Okay, and there the employer is having his own accommodation which he is giving you rent free. So what will be the taxable amount of that RFUA? 10% of your salary. Hello sir. And in your salary you are supposed to take everything except for those 5 things which are excluded. Forget about all those things. He is getting only one thing. What? Basic salary. So his salary will be taken as what? 4,92,000. 10% of that will be 49,200, which will be the taxable value of this perquisite. Okay. So if he is taking the option of getting the RFUA from the employer, 49,200 will be taxable for him. And how did you get this 49,200? 10% of salary. Yes or no? That is done here. Please see. 10% of 49,200. Now see, if he is getting HRA, so 7,000 into 12 will be 84,000. Actual HRA received 84,000. Where he is given the, where he might be paying the rent? New Delhi. So if he is paying the rent in New Delhi means metro city. So in metro city, if you pay the rent, you have to take 50% of your salary. So 4,92,000, 50% of that will be 2,46,000. Rent paid will be 6,000 into 12, 72,000 minus 10% of his salary, meaning 49,200. So 72,000 minus 49,200 will be 22,800. So 3 limits you get. First limit everyone. Actual HRA received 84,000. Second limit, 50% of your salary, 2,46,000. And third limit, rent paid minus 10% of salary will be 22,800. The lowest one is 22,800. So out of the HRA which you are receiving 84,000, out of that HRA you are going to get the exemption of 22,800. Hello sir. Then how much will be taxable? 22,800. If you reduce that from 84,000, you are going to get 61,200. That will be your taxable HRA. So if you are taking the option of HRA, your 61,200 HRA will be taxable. And if you are taking the option of RFUA, then your 49,200 RFUA value will be taxable. Yes or no? Your basic salary remaining same in both the options. Yes or no? So first option, HRA option, your taxable salary will be 4,92,000 plus 61,200. Your taxable salary will be 5,53,200. Okay. But in your RFUA option, your taxable salary will be 4,92,000 plus 49,200. It will be 5,41,200. Can you see this, everyone? Now, see in the question it is written that he is shifting out of default tax regime. So if you shift out of your default tax regime from your gross taxable salary, you are going to get 50,000 standard deduction. Getting my point? But wait, if in the question they would have told you, you are not shifting out of 115 BSE, then definitely you would have got 75,000 standard deduction, but in that case you would not have been able to claim the exemption of HRA. Entire 84,000 would have been taxed. Getting my point? The same question they can twist by giving this information also. Okay, you have to be careful. Okay, so it is not necessary that the same question, if appearing in the question paper, will have the same answer, because they must have twisted. See, this is the practice of the ICAI. ICAI has been doing this since many years now. Okay, I have been teaching students since many years. What they have this much content. Okay, and the new questions are coming in RTPs and all. So what they have from RTP, 1 or 2 questions they will be asking in the exams. And ICAI study mat, this is the only material which the students will be having. Okay, so why not to mix and match few things from the same material only? So 2-3 questions merged and a new question is formed. Or same question they would ask, but they will twist the information a little bit. See, the moment you will see this question in the exam, no, you must be remembering the answers also, because you might have solved this question 2 or 3 times. You must be remembering the answer also. So you might be thinking that HRA exemption was availed, so let us take the HRA exemption, and you skipped that information. What? That in this question, in the question paper, they are telling you that you are not following that you are following 115 BSE. So accordingly, I should my answer should also be revised accordingly, no? So here they are telling you that you are not following 115 BSE. Hence we are getting HRA exemption also and 50,000 standard deduction. But in the same question, if they tell you that 115 BSE is followed, default tax regime is followed, definitely you are going to get standard deduction 75,000, but please don't take any exemption of HRA. Entire HRA 84,000 will be taxable. Getting my point, sir? Now pay attention. Here 50,000 standard deduction you are going to get both the places, and 5,03,200 and 491,200 will be your final taxable salary. Now, will you get any chapter 6A deduction? No details of chapter 6A deduction given in the question. So no chapter 6A deduction. If the details would have been given, I would have taken the chapter 6A deduction only when I am not following 115 BSE. Yes or no? And I am not following 115 BSE. I would have taken the chapter 6A deduction under both the options. Getting my point? But chapter 6A details not given. So can I say your final total income will be the same amount? Final total income will be how much? 5,03,200 and 491,200. Okay. Now can you calculate the tax liability? Up to 250 there is no tax. 250 to 5 lakhs. 250 to 5 lakhs. It will be 12,500, and on 3,200 you are going to apply 20%. So 640 plus 12,500 you are going to get 13,140. This is the tax in your first option. So this will be your outflow from your pocket. The money is going from your pocket. Okay. Now 491,200 minus 2,50,000, 241,200, on that apply 5%, 12,060. But wait, you are yet to claim rebate. So from the first option, you are not going to get any rebate because your total income is higher than 5 lakhs. But in the second option, you are going to get rebate because your total income is less than 5 lakhs. So in the second option, your net tax liability will be 0. Yes or no? And in the first option, you are paying 13,140, and on that there will be no rebate. So on that you are going to pay 4% cess. Okay, 525.6. If you will add that, you are going to get 13,666. Yes or no? And if you round it off, it will be 13,670. Now please pay attention. In the first option, your final tax which will go from your pocket will be 13,670, and in the second option there is no tax amount going from your pocket. Okay, now this entire calculation you have done. Now apply some mind. See, if we talk about net take home cash benefit, what we talk about, net take home cash benefit, this means how much inflows are coming in your hand, and out of that how much outflow happening. Okay sir, so in both the options you are supposed to see how much is your net cash benefit. Okay, so in the first option, if we see how much money coming in your hands, 4,92,000 basic salary coming in your hands, then 84,000 HRA coming in your hands. So this is your total inflow, that is 5,76,000. And how much money going from your hand, 72,000 rent you will pay, and 13,670 tax you will pay. So 72,000 plus 13,670, 85,670. So this minus this, 5,76,000, if you reduce, this will be 4,90,330. This is the net take home cash benefit. Now in the second option, if you will see, it will be only 4,92,000 of inflow. There is no other inflow coming, and there is no outflow also, because you are not going to pay any rent also, and you are not going to pay any tax also. Okay, so your net take home cash benefit will be 492, and here it will be 4,90,330. So which is the best option if you see net cash inflow? Second option is better, no? So you will go and tell your employer that, employer, I am joining your company, don't give me HRA. Because if you will take the HRA, no, in your pocket only 493.30 will come. But if you will take what? The RFUA option, in your pocket how much final money will come? 4,92,000. That is the best option. Got it, sir? Perfect. So this was your question number 2. Okay. Now first question also I gave. Test your knowledge. First question I also gave. Your total income was how much? In the first question, they are telling compute the tax liability of Mr. Gupta, aged 61, under the default tax regime, meaning you are following 115 BSE. Okay, no? Having total income of 1 crore, 2 lakhs for the assessment year 25-26. Assume that his total income comprises of salary income, income from house property, and interest on fixed deposit. So entire total income is normal total income, they mean to say. On the entire total income, you are supposed to apply special rates? No, 115 BSE rates, normal rates. Yes or no? So apply the normal rates and calculate the tax liability. But when you will calculate the tax liability, see, up to 50 lakhs, there was no surcharge. 50 lakh, if you cross, there is a surcharge of 10%. But if you cross 1 crore also, there is a surcharge of 15%. Now, have you crossed 1 crore? Yes. But with a very huge amount or very minor amount? Marginal amount increased in your total income. And now your surcharge rate will be increased from 10 to 15%. And as a result of that, you might be paying more taxes. Yes or no? So let's see whether there is any marginal relief here or not. Okay. So your total income is 1 crore 2 lakhs. On that, if you calculate the tax liability, so tax liability as per 115 BSE we have to calculate, okay, no? Because the assessee is following 115 BSE, right? So first 3 lakh rupees it will be nil. Then 3 lakh to 7 lakh. On 4 lakh rupees it will be 20. On 4 lakh rupees it will be 5%, 20,000. Then 7 lakh to 10 lakh it is 30,000. On 30,000 you are going to pay how much tax? 10%. 30,000. Sorry, on 3 lakh you will pay 10%. That will be 30,000. And on 10 to 12, 2 lakh rupees, you are going to pay 15%. 15% will be 15% of 2 lakh will be 30,000 again. Then 12 to 15, 3 lakh rupees. On that 3 lakh, you are going to pay 20%. So it will be 60,000. And total income over and above 15 lakhs. So 1 crore 2 lakh minus 15 lakhs, it will be 87 lakhs. On 87 lakh, you are going to pay 30%. That is 26 lakh 10,000. Okay. So can I say 26 lakh 10,000 plus 60,000 plus 30,000 again 30,000 plus 20,000, 27 lakh 50,000 tax you are going to pay. 27 lakh 50,000 will be your tax. Now will you pay any surcharge? Yes. Add surcharge. Now the rate of surcharge here will be 15%. Yes or no? So what will be the 15% of this amount? It will be 4,12,500. Okay. So this will be 4,12,500. If you add both of them, you are going to get a total of 31,62,500. Did you all get this? This is your tax including surcharge. Okay, no? But wait, if your total income would have been only 1 crore, so how much tax you would have paid? You would have paid the same tax. But only the last tax amount would have changed. Yes or no? So last tax amount would have changed. It would have been how much? Please tell me. It will be 1 crore minus 15 lakh, 85 lakhs. On 85 lakhs you would have paid 30%. 25 lakh 50,000. Okay. So this would have been 25 lakh 50,000. So 25 lakh 50,000 plus 1 lakh 40,000. 26 lakh 90,000 you would have paid. Okay. 26 lakh 90,000. Are you all getting this tax? 2690. But you would have paid surcharge only at the rate of 10%. Because your total income was not more than 1 crore. If it was up to 1 crore, the surcharge would have been only 10%. So 10% of that would have been 2,69,000. Okay. Now if you total, you are going to get 29,59,000. Okay. Please pay attention. Is your total income increasing? Yes. Over and above 1 crore, it is going over and above 1 crore. Yes. So there is an increase in your total income. And there is an increase in your tax liability also. So see, increase in total income is only 2 lakh rupees. From 1 crore it became 1 crore 2 lakhs. So total income increasing by 2 lakh. And as a result of that, surcharge rate increases to 15%. And due to that, your tax liability is increasing by how much? Increase in tax is 31,62,500 minus 2959. It will give you 2,03,500. 2,03,500. Do you remember I gave you one equation? Increase in tax if it is more than increase in total income, then you are going to get marginal relief. Yes or no? If this increase in tax is more than increase in total income, then you are going to get what? Marginal relief. So tell me, what is the increase in tax? It is 2,03,500. And what is increase in total income? 2 lakhs. So increase in tax, the amount of tax increase is more than amount of increase in total income. Yes or no? So are you going to get any marginal relief? Yes. How much marginal relief you are going to get? 3,500 only. Sir, how much you are going to get? 3,500. This is the difference between these two amounts. Okay. So 3,500 marginal relief. This relief you are going to get from your actual tax liability, no? Meaning how much tax you are supposed to pay, from that you are going to get 3,500. Okay. So tell me, what is your total income? It is 1 crore 2 lakh. How much tax you are supposed to pay? 31,62,500. So the tax liability on your total income, actual tax liability, it is 31,62,500 only. You are supposed to pay this. But out of that you are going to get marginal relief amounting to rupees 3,500. Okay. So 31,62,500 minus 3,500, you are going to get 31,59,000. How much? 31,59,000. Everyone got this? See, now check the difference. 2959 and 3159. 2959 and 3159. The difference is not 2 lakh 3. It is only 2 lakh. So your tax liability will also increase by 2 lakh if your total income is increasing 2 lakh only. Your tax liability is not going to increase more than that. Yes or no? So pay only 3159. But wait, in this you are also going to pay 4% cess. So plus 4% will be 32,85,360. This will be your final tax liability. Got it, sir? This was very easy question. Similar type of things we have done in the first chapter itself. Okay, no? This was just a net practice. Now, coming to the next question. Question number 2, we did yesterday only. Okay, no? Question number 3, we have done it. Question number 4 also we have done it. 5 also we have done it. 6th question, Mr. Bala Murugan. We are going to solve this question now. Okay. Bala Murugan furnishes the following information for the year ended 31st March 2025. Textile business, 1,35,000 loss is there. Okay. So this 1,35,000 loss I will set off against my speculation business income. So this will be 35,000 loss still remaining. This 35,000 loss I will set off against my long-term capital gain. So long-term capital gain remaining will be 35,000. Okay, and this loss will go away. Okay. Income from house property, there is a loss of house property 15,000, which I can set off against what? Salary. But do you remember in set off and carry forward, I had taught you that if you follow 115 BSE, your house property loss to the extent of 2 lakh, which was supposed to be set off against other heads, will not be allowed as a set off. And in the question, they are saying that assessee is following default tax regime. So if you are following default tax regime, this 15,000 loss will lapse. This 15,000 loss will lapse. No set off and no carry forward allowed, because we are following 115 BSE. Okay, no? So in that particular case, now your salary income will remain 2,70,000 only, because we cannot set off. We cannot set off the loss of house property. Done, sir? Now see, loss from house property 15,000 done. 5 lakh rupees winnings will be there. 5 lakh rupees winnings will be there, and speculation business income completely gone. And salary income will remain 2,70,000 only. Okay. Income from salary, full 2,70,000 we are supposed to take, because we cannot set off the house property loss against this. Income from house property, taxable income is nil, and 15,000 loss which was there, okay, no, this is not allowed as set off and carry forward, not possible, because 115 BAC is followed by the assessee. Done. Then income from house property, then there is PGBP, entire income is gone. Capital gain, I have one capital gain income, that is LTCG under section 112, and that is how much? 35,000, because I have set off my normal business loss amounting to 35,000 against long term gain. And under the head IFOS, now I will have, under the head IFOS, now I will have winnings income only, that is 5 lakhs. So 2,70,000 plus 35,000, 3,05,000 plus 5 lakh, it will be 8,05,000. This will be my gross total income, less chapter 6A deductions will be nil. So my total income will be 8,05,000 only. Done, sir? Now out of 8,05,000, how much is the winnings? Winnings is equal to 5 lakhs. How much is my LTCG? Under section 112, it is 35,000. And how much is my balance total income? Sir, balance total income is 2 lakh. 2,70,000, no? 2,70,000. Done, sir? Sure? Now pay attention. Here on winnings, no, I have to pay 30% flat. On LTCG, I have to pay 20% because the 20% rate is given over there. Okay. So balance total income, my basic exemption limit here will be 3 lakh, because I am following 115 BSE. So up to 3 lakh, there is no tax. But can you see, my total income is only 2,70,000, which is within the limit of 3 lakh. So unexhausted basic exemption limit will be 30,000, which I can adjust from here. So I can adjust 30,000, and my long term capital gain taxable will no more be 35, it will be only 5,000. At the rate of 20% I will pay tax here. Okay, no? Here my tax will be, on this entire total income, my tax will be nil, because that is within the basic exemption limit. Yes or no? On this 5,000 I will pay 20%, that tax will be 1,000. 5,000 into 20% will be 1,000. And on this winning, my tax will be 1,50,000. Right, no? So my tax on total income will be 1,51,000. If 1,51,000 is there, no surcharge will be applicable, no rebate will be allowed. Surcharge not applicable. Why? because total income is less than 50. No rebate. Why? Because total income is more than 7 lakhs. So I will apply 4% cess only. So what is 4%? 1,51,000 into 4% will be 6,040. So it will be 1,57,040. This will be my gross tax liability. Now pay attention. If my gross tax liability is this, don't you think that winnings from lottery which I am getting 1,50,000, it is more than 10,000? So the tax would have been deducted 1,50,000. So that tax also I will take as a credit, TDS 1,50,000 on winnings. So your final tax payable will be 7040 only. Done, sir. ICI would have given the answer till here only. See, in some questions, no, ICI is taking the credit of the taxes. In earlier question which we saw yesterday, they had taken the credit of TDS on dividend also. Advance tax also they had reduced. Yes or no? But in this question, they should have taken the TDS credit of winnings, but they have not taken. They have shown the answer till here only. But don't take this risk. Okay, only one line we have to, add. Only one line extra we have to write. So take the credit of this TDS on winnings and show the final amount 7,400 as taxable. This is your final tax liability. Done, sir? Should I move ahead? Now, this is really very important question. Mark the question number 7, important. Now see, this is the first question in which PGBP is there and which you have to calculate on the basis of direct method. Why direct method? Receipt and payment account is given. Under the receipt and payment account, if you will see, you will not be having any profit amount. So you will not be able to fetch your PGBP profit out of your profits because profits are not given only. So if profits are not given, you will not be able to apply indirect method. You will have to apply which method? Direct method. So under the direct method, the solution becomes more easy. We just take my PGBP incomes and we just take the PGBP expenses, we add and less and we directly get the PGBP income. Final. Getting my point? So this will be this much easy. They have tried their level best to complicate the question and I will try my level best to simplify this question. But you have to be with me till the time we are not solving this entire question. You have to be with me with utmost focus, because if this question you understand properly, this is one of the most difficult questions. But actually speaking, this is not difficult. They have tried to give you so many informations, in one question that you are going to get confused. Okay. Now you will understand. While I'll be discussing this question with you, you will understand that what, the institute can do. If the institute would want to make a question difficult, make your life miserable in the exam, they can put these kind of questions. And I will tell you, here, instead of this, if this was given, then also I will tell you what is to be done. Okay. Now pay attention. See, one very important thing you have to remember, that the moment you see receipt and payment account for any assessee, that is by default, it goes without saying that the assessee is following cash basis of accounting. What basis of accounting? Cash basis. And even if you don't understand, see, your examiner is so kind that he is saying in the question itself, before starting the question number 8, 2 lines above that, note, Mr. Rajiv what? Follows regularly the cash system of accounting. So few students will be very smart students. Even after giving the receipt and payment account, they'll not understand that this is a cash system which is being followed. Okay. So for these smart students, let us give the note also. Okay, we are not smart, we will understand. Okay. Now tell me, Rajiv, what is the age? 50 years. So if his age is 50 years, he is a senior citizen or not a senior citizen? Not a senior citizen. He is a resident also. Okay, no? But not a senior citizen. Practicing chartered accountant, meaning that he is into the profession of accountancy. Accountancy profession means professional income you will have to calculate. So practicing chartered accountant and also the receipt and payment account given, meaning PGBP income will be calculated. Professional income means PGBP income will be calculated, and that PGBP income will be calculated on the basis of direct method. Sure, sir. Now forget about the receipt and payment account, but see, in the receipt and payment account, can you see opening balance and closing balance? When the year started, no, in your cash and bank balance, you had this much amount as balance. During the year, these many receipts happened, these many payments happened, and end of the year, closing balance in your cash and bank is this much. Opening and closing balance is neither your receipt nor your payment. These are the balance amount at the beginning of the year, end of the year. So what are you supposed to do with these balances? Nothing. Ignore. Balance is what? Balance only, no. Receipts are incomes, payments are expenses. Okay, no. Receipts are incomes, payments are expenses. Balances are nothing. Do nothing with the balances. So ignore this 12,000 and ignore this 19 lakh 15,000. You are not supposed to do anything with these two amounts. Okay. Now pay attention. Following further information is given to you. He occupies 50% of the building for own residence and let out the balance for residential use at a monthly rent of 5,000. Partly let out, partly self-occupied based on area. And this information has nothing to do with your PGBP head. This entire information is about income from house property head. Yes or no? So from this information, we are going to compute income from house property. Now see, the building was constructed during the year 97-98. The building which is partly let out, partly self-occupied, that building was let out in 97-98 when the housing loan was taken. Meaning, construction of the building got completed prior to 1st April 99. And at that time, the loan was taken, meaning the housing loan for this building was taken prior to 1st April 99. On the housing loan which was taken prior to 1st April 99, any interest is there, that interest will be allowed to the extent of maximum 30,000. Do you remember? House property head, or you have forgotten? Kani? If you take a housing loan prior to 1st April 99 for a building, and if that building is SOP, then how much interest on that housing loan can be claimed as a deduction? Maximum 30,000, no? So, half part is LOP, half part is SOP. Whatever interest on the housing loan will come for the SOP portion cannot be claimed more than 30,000 because housing loan was taken prior to 1st April 99. Okay, no? This should, immediately. Forget about your question, no? See here, no? This is the latest study material which is in front of you. ICI study mat. The study mat which you are having in your hands is old. This is the latest study material which I have downloaded. And see, no, here, see, 97, 98 is only written, no. I have not changed it. It is there printed in your ICI study mat only. What to do now? So in your question, if it is written 5-6, then you can take 2 lakh rupees of limit. Who is stopping you? Take 2 lakh. But in my question which I am going to solve, it is 97, 98. No. So I have to take what? 30,000 limit maximum. Got it? So, now from this information, can you calculate house property income? Very difficult. Pay attention. Half portion and half portion. 50% means half portion, no? Half portion, half portion. This is LOP and this is SOP. Municipal value, fair rent, standard rent, etc. given or not given? Not given. So will you be able to calculate expected rent, etc.? No. Then can you directly start with GAV? Take the actual rent of the let out portion as GAV only. And for SOP portion, it will be exempt only, no? Mr. Krishna. Understanding? SOP portion, it will be nil. LOP portion, whatever actual rent will be there, will be treated as GAV directly. If you want us to compare it with expected rent, give us the details of municipal value, fair rent, etc. No, you're not giving those details. So what I'll have to do? I'll have to take the actual rent only as GAV. Okay, no? So GAV means gross annual value. Here, what is the let out period? 12 months. What is the monthly rent? 5,000. So can I say entire 60,000 of the actual rent will become GAV over here, and here it will be taken as nil. Done, sir? Now pay attention. 5,000 per month into 60,000. 5,000 per month into 60,000. 60,000 rent for this year. 60,000 rent for this year. You have received? Go and check the receipt side. On your receipt side, no, you can see only 50,000 rent. Sir, but the rent was 60,000, no? If rent for the full year is 60,000, you should have received 60, no? Then why 50? Ayyo, let out period was 12 months. Let out period was 12 months. The rent for the let out period will be your actual rent. That actual rent will be taxable as your house property always. So entire 60 will be taxable under the head house property. But out of that 60, the rent which is received, that is also taxable. Rent which is receivable, that is also taxable. And since you are following cash system of accounting, definitely you are not going to show 60,000 over there. No, the rent which you have received, 50, that you are going to show there on your receipt side. The 10,000 which is still receivable will not be appearing in your receipt and payment account. Hello, sir. So in your receipt and payment account, whatever 50 is there, that 50 is getting taxable over here. And the 10,000 extra which is still receivable will also be taxable. Because under the head house property, rent received plus receivable is your actual rent. Hello? And that actual rent you charge under the head house property. Got it, sir? So this 60 you will charge and go to that 50. What you will do? This 50, rent of 50,000, you will show under the head income from house property. So this 50, put a cross mark. Why cross mark? This is not your PGBP income. From that point of view, we are putting a cross mark. Okay, no, this is not your PGBP income. This is your income from house property. And under the head house property, this is your actual rent received. And receivable will be 10,000. So 50 received plus 10,000 receivable, 60,000 is the actual rent for the full year that I have charged under the head house property. Yes or no? Now out of this GAV, no, I get the deduction for municipal tax also. The municipal tax of my let out portion, if paid during the year, will be allowed as a deduction. So wait. In your adjustment, are they talking anything about the municipal tax? No, na? Please check on your payment side. If the municipal tax is paid in this year, has to appear on payment side. Entire payment side of the question, if you will check, receipt and payment account, payment side if you will check, you will not find municipal tax. Meaning, municipal tax, if any, whatever it was, not paid in this year. So if it is not paid in this year, will not be allowed as a deduction also. If I would have been your examiner, no, what I would have done, in the adjustment, can you see this adjustment? I would have given a small sentence. Municipal tax of the house property was rupees 8,000. That's it. I would have given this much information. What you would have done, out of 8,000, 50% relates to LOP portion, 4,000 you would have reduced. Hello? And balance 4,000? Ignore. Not related to LOP, it is related to SOP, you would have ignored. If I would have given you 8,000, meaning that 8,000 is the municipal tax, you are claiming it as a deduction from house property, yes or no? Do you remember it is allowed only on payment basis, yes or no? On your payment side, if 8,000 is not appearing, then why are you taking the deduction of 8,000? Sir, we are not taking deduction of 8,000, we are taking only for the... But why are you taking for that 4,000 also? If 8,000 is not paid, meaning the 4,000 for that let out portion is not paid, why are you taking the deduction? Getting my point, what I am trying to tell you? If the examiner would want you to feel a little bit, do some silly errors, he can give this information also. You should thank your examiner that he has not tried to confuse you. Or else, they would have directly given that municipal tax payment on your payment side. He would not have given anything in the adjustment, he would have directly given on the payment side. So whatever municipal tax given on the payment side, that municipal tax is for this property, half relate to LOP, allowed, and half relates to SOP portion, ignore. In that case, I would have done that. In this question, there is no information about municipal taxes given, meaning that even if there was some municipal tax, it is not paid. And it is not paid. Payment side, I went and I checked also, no municipal tax payment appears. Hello, sir. So, nil here also and nil here also. What will be your NAV? 60,000 and it will be nil. Can you take standard deduction? Yes. Less 30% standard deduction will be 18,000 and here it will be nil. Can you do the total? It will be 42,000 and here it will, no, interest is still there, no? So don't do the total right now. Interest will have to first check. Wait. See, for this property there was a loan taken. The question is saying, see, construction completed in 97-98 when the housing loan was taken. Now, if housing loan was there, so definitely some housing loan repayment would have happened this year. And if it was happened, it will be appearing on your payment side. Can you see your payment side? Housing loan repaid to SBI, 1,88,000. Third item, third or fourth item. Can you see? Now tell me, this 188 is the housing loan repayment. Out of that 188, 88,000 is your interest. So meaning that 1 lakh is your principal. If 188 repayment is done, 88,000 is interest, then 1 lakh will be your principal only, no? So can I say housing loan repayment is 1,88,000. Out of this, interest amount is 88,000. So definitely principal amount is how much? 1 lakh. Balancing figure. Now first tell me about interest. Interest is for housing loan. Housing loan taken for entire property. So interest is also for entire property. Now out of this interest, half will relate to LOP, half will relate to SOP. So 1/2 for LOP and 1/2 for SOP. Here it will be 44,000 and here also it will be 44,000. This 44,000 will be fully allowed. But wait, go and check the last line of the question. 115 BSE followed or not followed? Not followed, no? 115 BSE followed. Shifted out. Meaning you are not following 115 BSE. Thank God. If you are not following 115 BSE, your SOP interest will be allowed. 44,000 you can claim. But not more than 30,000. Because the loan was taken prior to 1st April 99. So this will be allowed subject to maximum 30,000, since the question says that the loan was taken prior to 1st April 99. Okay. So here 30,000 deduction I will get and here 44,000 deduction I will get. Okay. So in my house property statement, I will take 44,000 interest from here, less interest, and here I will take 30,000 maximum. So can I say there is a loss of 30,000 over here in the SOP portion, and there is a loss of 2,000 here also. Now the total loss of house property is 32,000. This is the loss under the head house property. Loss under the head house property, 32,000. Sure, sir. Can you set off this loss against any head of income? Yes, because you are not following 115 BSE. What if they tell you that you are following 115 BSE? Do you remember the mistake happened in the last question? So if 115 BSE is followed, first of all, you will not get a loss of 32. You will get a loss of only 2,000. Why? Because SOP interest will not be allowed only. SOP interest not allowed, meaning SOP income will be nil. Hello? And the 2,000 loss of LOP portion will be there. That 2,000 also cannot be set off against any head because you are following 115 BSE. Yes or no? But here no, here SOP interest will also be allowed. The loss will be 32 also, and this loss can be claimed as a set off against any head because you are not following 115 BSE. Done, sir? Now, interest part we have done. Do you remember we have done ATC, section ATC? Under section ATC, I told you the last payment. If you have taken a loan for purchase or construction of a house, and if you are repaying the principal of that house, residential house, that entire principal repayment of the housing loan taken for purchase or construction of the property will qualify for ATC, provided the residential house property you have assessed under the head house property. Can I say entire residential house property, LOP, SOP, both the portions you are showing under the head house property? Entire house property, half portion let out, half portion self-occupied, meaning the entire house property you are showing, you are assessing under the head house property, no? So whatever principle which relates to that entire house property, don't you think that this should be allowed as a deduction under section 80C? Because this principal repayment of loan is for a house property, for a residential house property which is assessed under the head house property. And this was the construction loan which you have taken. Okay, now? Now pay attention. If you were following 115 BSE, if you are following 115 BSE, then this was also not allowed. Correct, sir? Should I move ahead? So don't forget to take this 1 lakh rupees under ATC. When you will calculate your GTI, from your GTI, when you will take ATC deduction, under ATC you are supposed to take this 1 lakh also. Don't forget this, okay? So do one thing now. Go to your question and in your question put a cross mark. Put a cross mark against that. $1,88,000. Why, sir? Because this 1,88,000 is not your PGBP expense. This 188 you have separately considered. Out of 188, 88,000 allowed under the head house property as interest, and 1 lakh you are going to claim under ATC. Right? Sure? Now this information number 1 is complete. Now in the same information, no, I can confuse you. You want to get confused? Little bit, little. Half property is what? Let out. And half is self-occupied, no? I would have told you half is self-occupied for business purpose. Wait. Now your house property head will change. Only the let out portion will come. The half portion which is used in business will not come in the house property head only. And any interest, what did I say? Any interest regarding that half portion which is used for business will be claimed under PGBP head. Meaning that from LOP portion 44,000 you would have taken as a deduction from house property head. And for that balance 44,000 which was for SOP, now that is self-occupied for business. That 44,000 balance you would have claimed under PGBP head. Because that is the interest relating to that portion of the property which is used for business. Yes or no? So that was your PGBP expense you would have claimed there. But wait, here entire principal was also not allowed. Because have you shown your entire property under the house property head? No, only half property you have shown. So the half property which you have shown under the head house property, hello, the principal amount relating to that, only 50,000 you would have claimed under ATC. and the half portion which you are not showing under the head house property, which is used for the purpose of business, any principal repayment for that half portion would be ignored, would not be allowed. That you cannot claim under ATC also, and under any other provision also, that will not be allowed. Got it, sir? So this same information can be twisted like this also. I'm trying to give you all the possibilities, which is all the things which are possible over here. Okay, no? I told you about the municipal tax also. I told you about this part also. Okay. Now information number 1 is over. Now come to information number 2. Motor car was put to use both for official and personal purposes. 1/5 of the motor car use is for personal purpose. No car loan interest was paid during the year. Forget about the car loan. For 2 minutes, forget about the car loan. Tell me, motor car is used only for business? No. It is used for only for personal purpose? No. It is used for business as well as personal purpose. Now, if you will see any expense of the motor car or even the depreciation of the motor car, only 4/5 of that will be allowed. The 1/5 which relates to the personal use of the motor car will not be allowed as a deduction. So go on your payment side. Can you see any expense related to motor car? Can you see motor car repairs, maintenance? How much? 10,000. Can you see that? Just above the closing balance it is given. Just above the closing balance. So this motor car maintenance, can I say out of this 10,000, out of this 10,000, 1/5 is what? Relating to personal use. 2,000 will be allowed or will not be allowed? Will not be allowed as a deduction under PGBP head. And can I say the balance 4/5 use is for business? So 4/5 is how much? 8,000. So whenever I'll be calculating my PGBP income, to calculate PGBP income, I cannot take the entire deduction of 10,000. I will be taking only 8,000. 2,000 will be disallowed. So 2,000 has to be added to the profit. Sir, profit is not given only. Direct method we are using. So if we are using direct method, so we will be concerned about 8,000 only. So when I will be taking my business incomes, from my business income, I will be reducing my business expense. What business expense I will reduce? 10,000 or 8,000? Only 8,000. Got it, sir? Now wait. Have they given you any opening WDV of the motor car? Go to information number 3. Can you see information number 3? The written down value of the assets as on 1st April 2024 given below. Furniture fittings, opening WDV given. Plant and machinery, opening WDV given. See, in that plant and machinery block, which type of assets are there? Air conditioner, photocopiers, etc. are there. Meaning there is no mention of motor car. Okay, no? Now, computers are also given. Meaning that there is no opening WDV of motor car block. Definitely, if they are talking about the motor car expenses, then 100% of motor car would have been purchased in this year. Go and see your payment side. Can you see any motor car purchase? 4,25,000. Now tell me, is this 4,25,000 capital expenditure? Will it be allowed fully from your PGBP income? No. So this cannot be claimed as a deduction fully from your PGBP income. Rather, this will be allowed in small parts in the form of depreciation. Go and add this amount in the block. But sir, no block is there. Then create a block. Create a new block of what? Plant and machinery. A motor car. Yes or no? In that block, what will be the opening WDV? Come on, tell me. Opening WDV will be nil. Will there be any addition? Yes, there will be addition. 4,25,000. For addition is happening. That is the reason why the block is being created, no? Hello, sir. So can I say, now I will have block of motor car. Motor car block. and depreciable at the rate of 15%. Motor cars are also depreciable at what rate? 15%. Will there be any opening? Yes or no? No, nil. Will there be any addition? Yes, additions are there. How much? 4,25,000. New motor car purchased, this will not be allowed as a deduction under the PGBP head. Bring it under your block. Now tell me when this motor car is purchased. Please. January 2025. And you are fortunate that your examiner is saying that it is purchased by, the payment is made by account paid check. Meaning the 4,25,000 is the actual cost of the motor car paid by way of prescribed mode. This amount will be treated as actual cost. If it is paid by way of any mode other than prescribed mode, then this actual cost will be ignored. Not allowed as a deduction from PGBP also, will not be added to the block also. Why? Because paid by way of other than prescribed modes, amount is more than 10,000, paid by way of other than prescribed modes, that actual cost is not treated as actual cost. Proviso to section 43(1). Do you remember PGBP head? We have already done this. But you are very lucky that the amount is more than 10,000 and you have paid by way of account pay check, meaning this is treated as actual cost of your asset, and this actual cost cannot be claimed fully under the PGBP head. It will be added to the block. Now in the block, if I'll add as my addition, will it be added in greater than equal to 180 days or less than 180 days? Less than, because it is purchased in January. So definitely if it is purchased in January, I'll be able to use for less than 180 days. So on this, how much depreciation I will claim? Half depreciation I will claim, not full. Getting my point? So can I write it down less than 180 days? See, motor car purchased is written on payment side. Motor car sale will be written on receipt side. Just for the sake of clarity, check receipt side. Motor car sold is given. Motor car sold, not given. There is no deletion from the block. If addition is given on payment side, then deletion, money would have come, they would have given on the receipt side. Nothing like that is given, meaning the deletion is nil. So now do you have the closing WDV of the motor car? Yes or no? How much? 4,25,000. On that, will you calculate depreciation? How much rate? Half rate. Only 7.5%. Yes or no? So 4,25,000 into 7.5% will give you 31,875. See, this entire depreciation would have been allowed as a deduction under PGBP head if the motor car was used only for business or profession. But since this motor car is used for personal purpose also to the extent of 1/5, can I say out of this 1/5 will not be allowed, only 4/5 will be allowed? So out of this, 1/5 is equal to how much? 6,375. That will not be allowed. Okay. But 4/5, which is how much? 25,500. That will be allowed as a deduction. And what I'll do, I will highlight this amount. This 4/5, 25,500 is allowed as a deduction. So whenever I'll be taking the depreciations to be claimed as a deduction from my PGBP income, okay, no, I don't have to forget this 25,500. I will take the deduction for depreciation on motor car, not the entire amount, but only 25,500. Will you remember this, everyone? Sir. Okay, 25,500 will be the motor car depreciation. Now pay attention. Now this motor car 4,25,000, the amount is spent, payment is done. Have you paid this entire 425 from your pocket? Entire 425 you have paid from your pocket. Definitely this year motor car is purchased by taking a loan, because they are saying that no motor car loan interest is paid in this year, meaning that you have taken a motor car loan also. Motor car loan taken. Motor car loan taken means receipt. Can you see receipt side? Go on your receipt side. Can you see motor car loan 2,50,000? Sir, this receipt is not your income. I told you, every receipt is not your income. So is it your receipt? The money is coming to you. Yes, but this receipt is not your income. This is your loan only, no? So what I will do, I will ignore this entire 2,50,000. This is not, this is equal to loan, meaning not my income. If this 2,50,000 is a motor car loan, it is not my income, meaning that 2,50,000 will be classified under which head? No head, sir, because this is not your income only, sir. Now, will you pay 9% interest on this? Motor car loan was 2,50,000. On 2,50,000, 9% rate of interest is given. So, can I say interest on motor car loan? Can you calculate this interest and give me the amount? How much motor car loan interest is to be paid? 2,50,000 is the loan amount. On that 9% interest you are going to give. That 9% is per annum, no? Okay, so 2,50,000 into 9%, you are going to get 22,500. Yes or no? But if you will calculate that 22,500, the 22,500 will be for the full year. When did you purchase your motor car? January 25. To purchase that motor car in January 25, will you take a loan in April 24? Or definitely you would have taken the loan in January only, no? So if you will calculate 22,500, that is the interest for the full year. Are you going to incur full year expense or only 3 months expense, 3 months interest? So this multiplied by 3 divided by 12 will give you 5,625. Can I say this is again an expense related to your motor car? And out of this 1/5 is personal. So 1,125 will not be allowed as a deduction. Yes or no? Tell me, 4/5 is how much? 4,500. This is the expenditure related to business. But wait, this will be allowed only if it is paid in this year. Your answer, you are maintaining cash basis. Hello. So your PGBP should be calculated on cash basis. All the incomes received in this year will be taxable in this year. All the expenses paid in this year will be allowed as a deduction in this year. Is it your expense related to business? Yes, it should be paid in this year. Only then it will be allowed. Even if it is your business related expense, even if it was allowable, we cannot allow you as a deduction in this year because it is still unpaid. So the year in which you pay, in that year you can claim this deduction, but not in this year. See, if I would have been your examiner, know what I would have done, I would not have given you this information. This last sentence, no, I would not have given only. A motor car loan is given, this much interest, multiplied by 3 divided by 12. So 5,625. Now out of 5,625 you will take 1/5. Or you will not take. You will not take 1/5. But 4/5 no. Now what you will have to do? You will have to come to payment side. You will have to check On the payment side, if the interest of 5625 paid is given, go and check your payment side. Interest payment 5625 given, not given. And that information they are saying. No car loan interest is paid during the year. Definitely we cannot see also on the payment side. Thank you for telling us. If you would not have told us, we would not have come to know. You should thank your examiner that he is giving you so many hints, So tell me, even if he would not have told us no, what we would have done? We would have gone and seen on the payment side that whether 5625 is paid or not. If it was given, what we would have done? Still we would not have taken 1125 as a deduction, but we would have taken the deduction of 4500 because it was paid, appearing on the payment side. Now can you see this 5625 on the payment side? No. Meaning that 1125, even if it was paid, was not allowed only. But 4500, which was allowable out of 5625, cannot be claimed as a deduction now also because it is not paid only. Getting my point? So, sir, why are you taking payment basis? Friends, cash basis, all the incomes, receipt basis, all the payment, all the expenses, payment basis. That's it. Okay, no? How was this adjustment? It is touching so many things. One adjustment number one, it had effects many places. This adjustment, this is also having effects at so many places. Getting my point? Now this information is done. Now the third information is about the opening WDV of assets. Can you have, do you see furniture and fittings? Meaning in your business or profession, already you are having a block of furniture and fitting. What is the opening WDV? 60,000. If there is any addition, it will be given on the payment side. Purchase of furniture and fitting. Can you see purchase of furniture and fitting on your payment side? Please check. Please check. Just like motor car purchase is given there, if any furniture fitting is purchased, definitely it will appear over there. There is no purchase of furniture. Wait. Meaning there is no addition in the block. If furniture fitting sold, then there will be receipt. There will be income. Go and check your receipt side. Income from sale of furniture, given or not given? Nothing given. Meaning there is no deletion also. So opening will be 60,000, addition 0, deletion 0, closing will be how much? 60 only, no? So on that 60, I will apply how much? 10% into 10%. So the depreciation here will be 6,000, which will be allowed as a deduction under PGBP head. Everyone getting this or not? This 6,000 will be allowed as a deduction. I will highlight this also so that I don't forget to take this depreciation also. Getting my point? Now, plant and machinery 80,000. Which type of assets are there? Air conditioner, photocopiers, etc. Yes or no? If purchased, then will appear on the payment side. Please check the payment side. Any air conditioner purchase, photocopiers purchased? No purchases, sir. Receipt side. Any sold? No. So there is no addition, there is no deletion. The closing value will be 80,000. And on that 80,000, how much I will apply? 15%. So 15% of 80,000 will be 12,000, no? It is 12,000 only, no? So this 12,000 will be allowed as a deduction in the form of depreciation. This 12,000 I will claim under the PGBP head. Getting my point? Now be very careful. Computers, can you see? Computers. Opening, this is during the previous year computer purchased. First do one thing. Put a cross mark on this 30. This is not your PGBP expense. Will not be allowed as a deduction under PGBP head because this is a capital expenditure. Okay. What will you do? You will add this in the block. So can you see the block of computers? Yes, 50,000. So in that you will add the 30,000. Wait. 30,000 is less than 180 days or 180 days or more. Check. The computer was purchased on 1st November 2024, meaning after my birthday, after 4th October, will be used for less than 180 days. So this is less than 180 days addition. Any deletion, any computer sold appearing on the receipt side? No. Meaning that computers 50,000 will be opening, closing will be 80,000, because 50 plus 30, 80, there is no deletion. Getting my point? Then 80,000 will be closing. Out of that 80, on 30, I cannot claim full. On 30, I will have to claim half. So can I say on this 50, still I can claim 40%? That will be 20,000. Hello, sir. And on the computers acquired 30,000, on that I will claim 20% only. And that is how much? 6,000 rupees. So this 6,000 will also be allowed on the computer, and 20,000 will also be allowed as a depreciation on the computer. Yes or no, sir? Now be very careful. Just like there was no block of motor car this year, the block of motor car is formed for the first time in this year. Any other asset which is not there and the block is formed for the first time? Yes. Can you see the books? Books. There is no opening WDV of books. Can you see? No opening WDV. So just like motor car, the books will be purchased in this year. So the block of books will be made for the first time in this year. Hello, sir. So can you see books? Depreciable at the rate of 40%. This block you are going to create again. New block. So just like your motor car, new block is formed. Why you are forming this block? Because sir, books are purchased. Please see 20,000. Put a cross mark against this. This is your capital expenditure. Books is plant and machinery, and depreciable at the rate of 40%. On the books also you are going to get 40%. Now tell me, these books are purchased on 1st July 24, prior to my birthday. So put to use also as on that same day, 180 days or more. So entire 40% you are going to get. But wait. Opening WDV of the book. Opening WDV, nil. Addition is 20,000. This is greater than 180 days. Yes or no? Deletion is nil. So can I say on the value of the books will be 20,000? On that 20,000 you will apply 40%, and that will be 8,000. 8,000 depreciation will be available on books. Sir, are you getting this? The third adjustment is done. Now wait. Now let's go to the receipt side. Out of the receipt side, opening you have to ignore. Two things you have already covered. One was covered under the head house property. Second thing is not an income only. That is a loan amount, 2,50,000. You have ignored that. Now what is remaining? 59,38,000. You are a chartered accountant. In your practice, whatever services you are giving to your clients as a professional, will you get professional fees? Yes, that professional fees is given. So can I say this professional fees is your PGBP income? Yes, sir. This is your PGBP income. I will highlight this with yellow color. All the PGBP income, not yellow color, but pink color. All the PGBP items I will highlight with pink color. Okay, no? So tell me, is it my PGBP income? Will be taxable under the head PGBP? Perfect. Now both the other things we have already seen. Go to payment side. Staff salary bonus. PGBP expense allowed under the head PGBP? No. Then other administrative expense, this is also allowed. Office rent, this is also allowed. But 1,88,000, what is to be done? We have already done. Okay. 24,000 life insurance premium you are paying, sir. Life insurance premium is your PGBP expense, no? Then your personal expense will be allowed under section 80C. So this is not your PGBP expense. For this you are going to get deduction under 80 C. And it is 10% of sum assured. Meaning that whatever sum assured was there, 10% of that you have paid. So this entire amount will qualify. Getting my point? Next one. Motor car, done. Medical insurance premium. This is also your PGBP expense, no sir? This is your PGBP expense. Disallowed. You can claim it under section 80D. Okay. Because it is paid for self and wife and by way of account pay check. If I would have been examiner, what I would have done, I would have given, see what balances are given. So this 12,000 is cash plus bank balance. Closing 19,15,000 is what? Cash plus bank balance. Yes or no? Hence, if they would not have mentioned anything, no, that how it is paid, we would have assumed that it is paid by way of any mode other than cash. But I could have given you in cash also. And you would have taken the deduction. Gone. Hence, they are clearing out that since both the balances are given, no, cash and bank both, don't apply any assumption. We are only telling you that it is paid by way of account pay check, meaning other than cash. Will it be allowed under 80D? Yes. Don't claim it under PGBP. Claim it under chapter 6A as 80D deduction from your GTI. Okay. Next one, 20,000 ignore, 30,000 ignore. Then domestic drawings 272. Meaning this is the money which you are drawing to meet your household expenses. Is it your PGBP expense? No. So where this will be allowed? Nowhere. There is no deduction for such drawings. Yes or no? This is on your capital account. Now public provident fund, not your PGBP expense. For this also you are going to get 80C deduction. Now wait, what I will do? Out of this 188, 1 lakh will be allowed under 80C. So 80C I will highlight with orange color. This is my 80C. This is also my 80C. This is also my 80C. Okay. And 80D, there is one deduction of 80D, that also I will highlight. So these are my chapter 6A deductions. Getting my point? Hello sir. Now they are telling you to compute what? Compute the total income of Mr. Rajiv, assuming that he has shifted out of the default tax regime. Pay attention. Look at me here. First of all, to compute the total income, I need income from salary. Do you have income from salary details given in the question? No. Have they given you income from salary computed? No. Income from salary, nil. Not earning salary income. Income from house property. Did you calculate the income from house property? Yes, sir. Negative 32 we have calculated, no? This negative 32, okay. Do you have PGBP income? Yes, sir. Now be very careful in PGBP calculation. You are supposed to calculate PGBP direct method. Take only PGBP incomes minus only PGBP expenses, and that we have highlighted with pink color. Okay, now first what you will take on your calculator? Take 59,38,000. Okay, 59,38,000 minus 21,50,000 staff salary. Other administrative expense 1148 minus 1148. So 59,38,000 minus 21,50,000 minus 11,48,000 minus 30,000 rent also you reduce. So on your calculator you are getting 26,10,000. Wait, this is not your PGBP income. Now there are depreciations which you are supposed to reduce, and there is one more expense. If you can see here, this 4/5 of motor car expense. Okay, no? So reduce this 8,000 motor car expense. Now all the depreciations, no, you have written here, if you can see, 6,000 depreciation on furniture you will reduce. Then 12,000 depreciation on plant and machinery you will reduce. Then 20,000 on computer, again 6,000 on computer, and 25,500 on motor car, and one more is there, 8,000. Yes or no? On your calculator you are getting 25,24,500. All the depreciations you have reduced, no? How much amount you are getting on your calculator? Please calculate and tell me the answer. 25,24,500. Getting? This is your PGBP. Do you have capital gain? No. Do you have IFOS? No. Can you total? Yes. Are you following 115 BSc? No. So you can set off your house property loss against your PGBP income. House property loss can be set off against any 24,92,500. 24,92,500. This is your gross total income. Out of this gross total income, will you take chapter 6A deductions? Yes. Now how many deductions you have identified? 2 deductions only, 80C and 80D. Under 80D you are going to get 18,000. Full 18,000 you are going to get. Under 80C, 1 lakh rupees principal repayment of loan plus 20,000. That was your PPF contribution. And 24,000 life insurance premium, 1,44,000. There is no other 80C deduction, yes or no? So this will be 1,44,000. Reduce this. 24,92,500 minus 1,44,000 minus 18,000. You are getting 23,30,500. This is your total income. This type of questions will come in the exam for 15 marks. Got it, sir? Okay. Now check the final answer, please. Final answer is this much only, no? In your solution. Final answer. This was question number 7, no? Got it? Okay. Now let's come to the next question. Question number 8. This also I gave for homework or what? This was in your homework, no? See the questions which we are solving, no? These questions are giving you the, revision of whatever things you have done earlier. And you never know from which part of the syllabus they are asking what thing in your question. So till the time you are not aware about the earlier chapters properly, you are not going to, you will not be able to solve these type of questions. Trust me on this. So you have to remember each and everything which you have done earlier, because anything out of any chapter they can ask you in any manner in any question. Okay. From the following details, compute the total income and tax liability. Compute the total income and tax liability both of Siddhant, aged 31 years, of Delhi, both as per 115 BSE and as per the regular provision. See, 115 BSE also you will follow, and you will not follow 115 BSE, and you will calculate total income as well as tax liability board. Now advise Mr. Siddhant whether he should opt for section 115. First you will calculate as per both the schemes. Then you are supposed to give the advice also. If you will forget to give the advice, 1 or 2 marks will be deducted. Okay, no? Now salary including dearness allowance. If I follow 115 BSE, then also it is taxable. And if I don't follow 115 BSE, then also it is taxable. 115 BAC followed or 115 BAC not followed will not make any difference. Salary including DA is taxable in both the cases. Bonus taxable here also, taxable here also. Salary of servant provided by the employer. The employer is providing you servant, perquisite, taxable under both the schemes. Yes or no? So this 12,000 will be taxable here also. 12,000 will be taxable here also. Taxable value of perquisite. Rent paid by Siddhant for his accommodation. Now wait, to pay this rent, if he is getting HRA, then it is okay. Otherwise he is going to get 80GG. Do you remember 80GG? So tell me, this is rent paid, huh? This is rent paid. 49,600. What is to be done with this? We are going to see later on. Okay. Bills paid by employer for gas, electricity and water provided free of cost at above flat. 11,000 will be the perquisite, which will be taxable here also, which will be taxable here also. Okay. So did you get all these things? Now, any other thing given by the employer? No. Meaning employer is not giving him HRA. And without receiving HRA, he is paying this rent. Okay. For that, he can get 80GG. But if he does not follow 115 BSE, only then. Here he is not going to get 80GG. Okay, no? But this 80GG will be allowed only if the rent paid by Siddhant in a city where he does not have his own house. Yes. So he is staying in Delhi. So definitely the rent would have been paid in Delhi. Okay, no? Rent would have been paid in Delhi. And don't you think just after this they are saying Siddhant is having a property in Delhi. See, Siddhant purchased a flat in a cooperative society in Delhi. So bloody, if you are having a flat in Delhi, then can you claim 80GG deduction? The answer is no. 80GG you cannot claim now. Even if you don't follow 115 BSE, 80GG you cannot claim. Because you already have a flat in Delhi. Now that flat in Delhi, okay, how much cost was there? 4,75,000, and you acquired this in April 2016. Now how did you get this 4,75,000? They are saying that loan you have taken from LIC 1,60,000 at 15% interest. So 1,60,000 you took the loan. Then own savings 65,000. Own savings 65,000. And a deposit from nationalized bank of 2,50,000. 2,50,000 FD. So you broke your FD and got 2,50,000. Your own savings was 65 and you took a loan of 1,60,000. Add all of them, you will get 4,75,000. How that 4,75,000 were arranged, that is given. You are not supposed to do anything with those amounts. Those are not your incomes or expenses of this year. In 2016, how did you arrange for that 4,75,000? They are talking about that, okay? Nothing to do here. But wait, do you think that 1,60,000 loan which was there, on that the interest would have been paid in this year? Getting my point? So that interest which you would have paid on that 1,60,000 will be allowed as a deduction under the head house property from the income of this flat, because this flat was let out to the same bank where you had kept your 2,50,000 FD and you broke that FD. It is given in the question. See, you are saying that deposit from a nationalized bank 2,50,000, you are taking a deposit which you had kept. No, you had taken 2,50,000 from that nationalized bank. You have withdrawn your deposit to that same bank to whom this flat was given on lease for 10 years. So since then, the flat is given to the same bank for a lease, for a rent. So this flat will be LOP in this year also. Okay, because this will be, I guess, this will be 8th year. Yes, this will be the 8th year. Since 2016-17, this flat is given for a lease of 10 years. So this will be the 8th year in which the flat will be on rent with this bank. Now tell me, rent payable by the bank was 3,500 per month. So can I say 3,500, sir, 3,500 into 12, meaning how much? 3,500 into 12 will be 42,000. This will be actual rent and directly this will become my GAV. Any municipal tax paid by Siddhant? Yes, 4,300 municipal tax paid. So this GAV, municipal tax will be paid, will be reduced. 4,300, 37, 700 will be NAV. Getting it? Now out of that, 30% standard deduction will also be allowed. 11,310. Okay. And don't you think that on like 1,60,000 I would have paid interest also 15%? So 1,60,000 into 15% will be 24,000. Getting it or not? So if you reduce this, 37,700 minus 11,310 minus 24,000, you are going to get 2,390 taxable income from household. Please check this no once. Same answer is there or not? We have not committed mistakes anywhere, no? Please check. 2,390 should be your final house property income. This was your question number 8, no? See, 2,390 income from house property, right? Okay. So if you are, and what is the salary income in both the cases? Please check once. Salary income also, so that we don't have to come here again. Salary income 398 and okay. So in the question again we'll come. Now see, house property we have calculated. So this is your salary under both the schemes. This is salary. We have not yet finalized. We have to finalize. Okay, no? Salary we will finalize. Give me 2 minutes. But did you understand house property? See, whether you follow 115 BSE or you don't follow 115 BSE, this 2,390 will remain same under both the options. Okay, no? Now, house insurance 860 you are giving. This is an expense related to your house property. 30% standard deduction is given, no, already? Hello? So that 30% takes care of this 860, okay? No need to do anything. Ignore this. Okay. He earned 2,700 in speculation business and lost 4,200 in cotton speculation business. Speculation against speculation. So 4,200 minus 2,700 1500 loss of speculation business. This will be carried forward. This is speculation business loss. Now in this year, it cannot be allowed as a set off against any other business income, against any other head. This will be directly carried forward. Okay, no? Now tell me, in the year 21-22, he had gifted 30,000 to his wife. This year, no. In 2021, he had gifted. And 20,000 to his son who was aged 11. So to his wife, he gifted 30. To his son, he gifted 20. In 21-22, okay, no? The gifted amounts were advanced to Mr. Rajesh, who was paying interest at 19% per annum. Bloody, you only wanted to give this 50,000 to Rajesh as loan, but you knew that if you are going to give this loan, Rajesh is going to pay you the interest. Now that interest would have been taken as your income. So you did not want to pay tax on that income. So what you did? You gave that same loan to Rajesh through your wife and through your minor child. So now whatever income your wife will earn will be clubbed in your hands, 6414, and whatever income your son will earn will be taxable in your total income only, because there also the clubbing will be applicable, 64(1)(a). But remember, there you are going to get 1032, 1500 exemption if you are following if you are not following 115 BSE. And if you are following 115 BSE, the clubbed income of minor child will be taxable fully. There will be no 1500 exemption. Yes or no? Next one. So tell me, on 30,000, can you calculate 19%? It will be 5,700. And on 20,000, can you calculate 19%? It will be 3,800. So this also will be clubbed and this also will be clubbed, and this will be shown as your IFOS income. But from 3,800, you are going to get 1,500 exemption also if 115 BSE is not followed. Okay, wait. Siddhant received a gift of 30,000 each from 4 friends. 1,20,000 will be taxable as your IFOS. Okay, he contributed 50,000 to PPF. For that, he is going to get ATC deduction. Now let us first calculate his income, assuming that he is not following 115 BSE. Okay, no? So tell me, can you calculate his salary? Yes, sir. Easy. 4,35,000. 4,35,000 plus 15,000 plus 12,000 and plus 11,000. 4,73,000. And out of that, he is going to get 50,000 standard deduction. Done? No, sir. So, if Siddhant is not following 115 BSE, his income from salary will be how much, sir? It will be 4,73,000 minus 50,000 standard deduction. So it will be 4,23,000 only income from salary. Okay. His income from house property will be how much? We have already calculated, no? Income from house property. It was 2,390. So his income from house property will be 2,390. Under both the option, this is going to remain same, but salary will change in the other option. Yes or no? PGBP is there. Siddhant is earning any PGBP income? Nil, sir. Siddhant was having speculation loss. How much? 4,200 minus 2,700 is equal to 1,500. Yes or no? This will be carried forward. Under both the schemes, this will be carried forward. His taxable PGBP income will be nil. Does he have any capital gain income? No, sir. No capital gain details are given. Is he having IFOS income? Yes, Siddhant is having IFOS income. Interest on loan given received by spouse clubbed as per 64(1)(4). How much, sir? Tell me, how much? It was 5,700, no? It was 5,700. And interest on loan given to Rajesh and received by minor son. So this will be under 64(1)(a), amounting to rupees 3,800 minus 1,500 exemption under section 1032. Yes or no? So 3,800 minus 1,500 will be 2,300. Any other IFRS income? Yes, sir. Gift from friends, 1,20,000. Any other IFRS income, sir? No IFRS income, no? All the IFRS income done? So tell me, 5,700 plus 2,300 plus 1,20,000 will give you 1,28,000 as your income from other sources. Done, sir? See, do you have salary now? Yes. Do you have house property? Yes. Do you have PGBP? Yes. Do you have capital gain? Yes. Do you have IFRS? Yes. Please make the total. 2,390 plus 4,23,000, 553,390. Are you getting 553,390? 553,390. Kanu, please check. 423 plus 2,390 plus IFRS will be 1,28,000. 8,000 clubbed income and gift 1,20,000, 30,000 by 4 friends, no? Okay. Now it will be 553,390, 1,28,000. So this will be the GTI. So don't you think from GTI I will get chapter 6A deductions? How many deductions do I have? 80 double G I had, but I cannot claim because in Delhi I have my own property. Any other deduction did you identify? Yes, sir. Yes. Housing loan repayment have you done? Housing loan repayment not given in the question. And you have calculated the interest on housing loan for the full 1,60,000. Remember. So there is no housing loan repayment. If it would have been there, we would have claimed it under ATC. Okay, no? But it is not there, forget it. PPF is there. How much PPF? Check. PPF is 50,000. So we can claim 50,000 under ATC. And we are claiming it because we are not following 115 BSE. Yes, sir. So your 5,03,390 will be your total income. Yes, sir. 503,390. And are they telling you to calculate the tax liability also? Did they tell you to calculate the tax? Yes. So first please check that this is your total income. Then later on we are going to calculate the tax. Okay, later on. First calculate the total income. This total income have you calculated? Now if you don't follow 115 BSE, everyone, here only, please check. If you don't follow 115 BSE, then this is your total income. But where 115 BSE will be followed, can I say your income from salary will be 4,73,000. 4,73,000 minus 75,000, because there the standard deduction will not be 50, it will be 75,000. So it will be 3,98,000 your income from salary. Okay. Your income from house property remains same, 2390. Your PGBP remains same, nil. And the speculation loss will be carried forward, rupees 15,000 here also, 1500 here also. There is no restriction. Done, no sir? Now after PGBP you have capital gain, nil here also. In IFOS head, wait, in IFOS, be careful. The interest received by spouse will remain same, amounting to how much? 5,700. But interest received by minor son, you are taxing it 2,300. Now entire 3,800 will be taxable. Okay. Now gift, entire 1,20,000 will be taxable. So your IFOS will be 5,700 plus 3,800 plus 1,20,000. It will be 1,29,500. Now can you please total 129,500 plus 2,390 plus 3,98,000 will give you 5,29,890. Got it, sir? This will be your GTI. And my dear friends, chapter 6A deduction you cannot claim here. ATC will not be allowed. That 50,000 which you claim, no, will not be allowed here. So your total income finally will be 529,890. Please check whether we have not committed any error, no? First check the amounts of total income. Then we are going to calculate the tax liability, okay? See, this is 3,98,000. Okay, salary, house property 2,390, PGBP nil, other sources 129,500, 529,890, 529,890. We also got, okay, no? If we follow 115 BSc. But if we don't follow 115 BSc, it will be 503,390. 503,390. Did we get 503,390? We also got 503,390. Okay, no? Now they are telling you to calculate the tax. So tax liability, (115 BAC) yes, 115 BAC no, yes, no, 5,29,890. And what was it? 503,390. 503,390. This was your total income. Okay. Now they are telling you to calculate the tax liability. You will apply 115 BSc rates. So on first 3 lakhs, will there be any tax? No, no tax. Now be very careful. There is no special income. If special income would have been there, we would have separated it. Okay, no? So nil plus from 3 lakh to 7 lakh, meaning 2,29,890 into 5%, 11,495. Okay, 11,495. So your total tax here will be 11,495. Will you get any rebate? Yes, because your total income is less than 7 lakhs. So how much rebate you are going to get? Either the entire tax or 25,000, whichever is lower. So it will be 11,495 entirely allowed. Okay, so the tax after rebate will be nil plus 4% cess will give you nil only. Done, sir? Now 503,390. Can you calculate the tax? Yes. First 2,50,000 no tax. Then 2,50,000 to 5 lakh 12,500 plus 3390. 20% of that, 678. Understanding? So 678 plus 12,500 is going to give you 13,178. Are you going to get any rebate? No. Because total income here, you will not check 7 lakh, you will check 5 lakhs. Yes. So it is more than 5 lakhs now. So no rebate will be available. Okay. And your tax will be 13,178 and add 4% on that. So add 4%, you are going to get 13,705 and round it off to 13,710. This is rounded off. Please check the final amount of tax at both the places. See, here it is 13,710 and here it is nil. 11,495 gone for rebate, nil tax, and here 13,178 coming to 13,705 rounded off to 13,710. Got it, sir? This type of question they can ask. But wait, you have just calculated both the options. Now you are supposed to advise. Give your advice, please. Since the total income and the tax liability, since the tax liability under 115 BSE option is lower as compared to normal tax regime, assessee should not shift out. He should remain under the default tax regime. Okay, so that you don't have to pay any tax. Okay, this was your question number 8, right? Today we are supposed to complete this entire part anyhow. Now 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. 12th question I will take later. 9, 10 and 11. 3 more questions are remaining, no? Okay, no problem. Question number 9. Hmm. Okay. Should we start? Or you want to take a break, small break, 15 minutes?